group names just yet. So that's the starting point for me today. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Okay, so I'm quickly sharing my screen. And today, please, so you are going to be on camera, some of you, so that we can take a group picture. This is our group link names. Can somebody please read what is on the screen for me? Again, how many groups are there? There are 4 groups. Can somebody volunteer to read me the group names? Just go to the team, this team, that team, that, and team. I'm waiting. Who's volunteering now? Dami, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Team Rajet, Team Montuli, Team Norman, and Team Copper.
Okay, so Cooper, actually. So which team are you?
Norman.
Okay, great. And who is Norman?
The UI UX.
Who is he? He's named after who?
Oh, Don Norman.
Who is?
A psychologist and usability consultant, often credited as the father of UX.
Okay, he had a book which we reviewed during this session. You can just check it out. So you are in Team Norman. Dara, what group are you? Can you read? Dara, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what team are you? What team are you?
I'm not sure.
Ha. Okay, so look very well. I need you to be able to tell me. This is week 3. You should be able to know your team. That's why I'm specifically calling some names. There are 4 here. It's clear. So what team are you? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, Montuli. Yes, so you're in Team Montuli. And it's named after who?
Yes. On web browser. It's also the author of links.
Okay, great. So you know that now you are in Team Montuli. Team Montuli is called by Miss Itohan. You guys need to know. And so this is Prosper there? Prosper.
Yes, I'm there.
All right, great. Which team are you?
I'm in Team Cooper.
Team Cooper, fantastic. And who is Team Cooper? Is named after who?
Martin Cooper.
And who is he?
A pioneer in the wireless communications industry, especially in radio
spectrum management. All right. Ragged is the in-person group and they are in class here. That's why they are not, we're not asking them directly what group they are. I need you guys to, because very soon, as we are picking the names of your areas of interest, we'll be categorizing it by your team names. So we are not saying HTML online, HTML, CSS, all those will be. And it's a simple way of you learning. Now, one of the things I would like to remind you all this morning, especially those of you that we still have to encourage to come for class. Those of you that keep missing class, I try to encourage you individually. One of the strengths of coding is critical thinking. And I'm sure a lot of you, for being in class this period, you've come to understand what it takes to be pay attention to details, especially when you are not, now those of you that will be going from HTML to CSS. A simple error in your file name, a simple error in picking an item from one line to the other can mess up your whole coding. So most times when you have an issue, you are able to find the solution. So you're learning beyond just coding, and which is the amazing thing that we want to achieve. You're not just, it's fun time, you're playing, you are enjoying what you are doing, but you are learning. And I really would like you all to take it seriously and apply it in all you're doing. Most times you find your error. How do you know there's an error in your code? Ugochi, are you there? How do you know that there's an error in your code? What does Mr. Bolu tell you? What's the first thing you notice when there's an error in your code? Prosper, is Ugochi there?
What is there, ma'am?
Okay, so Ugochi, answer now. How do you know there's an error in your code? Iremide, how are you, my darling? How do you know there's an error in your code? Join this link, sit and then join me. Okay, come and sit here. Can you hear me? Iremide, can you speak?
Yes.
Okay, how do you know? What does Mr. Tohan used to tell you when your code is not working? How do you first of all know? Okay, who can answer in case? Who can answer? Aaron, can you answer?
It does.
Oluwa, or Inioluwa, are you about to answer? Answer. How do you know there's an error in your code when it's not working? What does Miss I can't hear you.
By observing.
What do you observe? You observe that there's usually a prompt, right? Yes.
You observe that there's a red mark, there's a red code on
your page. Fantastic. So based on that alone, you already understand observation. You just keep trying and trying. If you do not observe that there's a red alert, let me use the red alert on your page, it helps you. So all of you must learn to observe beyond your coding time. You must learn to observe little details. And when you observe, what do you normally do? You will now look for the problem. When you look for the problem, you see how to solve it. Some of the times you can solve it yourself. You see that it's an error. Sometimes you need someone to help you. So that's just the way it is. Can you go back? Inioluwa, mute. Okay, so when you observe, you make sure that you are able to do something about it, which eventually it is this problem-solving skill that you are all learning during this period. That also applies for UI UX, guys, because though it's not coding, but the fact that you can solve a problem, it's really important, and it's something that you must all apply to. Don't just give up. If all of you gave up at the beginning of your coding, you will not be this far. You keep solving problems. You keep solving problems every stage of the way. That's the way the world is. So as you're growing, as you're getting better, observe, try to see if you can fix the problem, which is analysis. Try to see the problem, make sure you can do something about it. If you can't do something about it, ask for help. If you ask for help, ultimately, you would have solved the problem and you would have achieved something much more interesting, okay? That's my number one message to you all this morning. The second thing is this thing about sustainability. So I had said last week, and for those of you that joined me last week, for those of us that joined in during the general meeting last week, I gave those ones that are teenagers, 13 and above, to do more research about sustainability. And the description of sustainability is just saying that we are meeting the needs and making sure that there's room for others to grow. Though you are young, you must learn that how do I not waste things? So for those younger than teenagers, I would show you something that is related to sustainability. For those who are teenagers, and of course, when I say teenagers, not that it's above, most of you are teenagers within that range, you must get conscious. So as we will be sharing your areas of interest, we'll do fantastic area of interest. I'm going to play you a clip now. Fashion, soccer, everything. There must be a way that you will give room. We'll find that way. It's not the main of your project, and I'm not going to count it against you, but this is me giving you consciousness towards sustainability. How do I make the world a better place? How do I leave it a better place for my younger brother, even if it's not the whole world, for my younger sister, for my younger nephew, for the people around me, so that it's not like I finish the whole world before they come. That is what we are all trying to get conscious with. These 17 goals, I will ask the likes of Jesu, Book, Feromi, Dara, and Dami, all those in that category. I will be asking you, Shemilore, and so on and so forth. I'll be asking you specific questions when it gets to that. But because we have more younger ones here, I'm just going to go to the things that you are familiar with, which is, who can read this for me?
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Fantastic. Iremide, reduce, reuse, recycle. So it means that you don't waste stuff. So people like Iremide, young Iremide among us, younger ones that need to understand that you don't have to consume everything. You don't, things that you don't need. I mean, eat well, don't be miserly, but make sure you reduce wastage. That's part of the way. Don't open the tap unnecessarily and just be wasting. Don't waste toothpaste. Don't waste clothing. Don't waste food. Don't waste food. Don't waste energy. Don't just put on the lights because you feel like putting, if you need to see, put on the lights. But don't waste stuff. How do you reduce, reuse, recycle? So I want Iremide to read the first one. What can you reduce? Can you see the box of reduce?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, tell me, what are those things that you can reduce? You reduce
electricity, water, fuel, energy, single item, and waste.
Fantastic. So how do you, to say don't waste, and how do you not waste water? Iremide, tell me, how can you reduce the wastage of water? Do you used to waste water, Iremide?
By not putting on the tap. By not putting on the tap
when you are not using it. Fantastic. So I'm giving you a round of applause. Yes, by not putting on the tap when you are not using it. Reduce, reduce, reduce. Don't waste. Now, who can help me with reuse? Who's there that can with reuse? Iremide, thank you. Let someone else help me. You have tried. I'm giving you a round of applause. Well done. Who's next? Who's going to volunteer to read reuse for me? If you're not up to teenager, that's your role right now. Who's there?
Me.
Okay, go ahead, Aaron. Thank you. Aaron.
Books, toys, container, dishes, and bags.
Okay, so tell me, how can you reuse any of these? How can you reuse them?
You can reuse containers by, like whenever you go to a party and they give you a container full of food, Once you are done eating the food, you can wash the container and use it to put other stuff inside instead of trashing it.
All right, great. Thank you. So you don't just trash them. Even if you have a lot in the house, you can pack them and give it out so that they can reuse it. Some people, once they use something once, and that's why they are called single use, you don't just use something that you don't just trash something that you think can be reused. There are so many ways to reuse stuff. Some of you, if you have your toys, once you play with the toy a bit, you just throw them away. Some of you, your books in school, once you use 2 pages from your exercise book or notebooks, once you use 2 pages and you finish the term, you just throw it away. You think that that book is finished. No, try to use something, find a way to use it in such a way that there is no wastage. There is no wastage. Plates, when you wash your plates to reuse it, that means you are not just throwing away plates. You wash them so that you can reuse them. If we all keep throwing things away, at the end of the day, we will not have places to sleep or build our houses. And then who is going to help me with recycle? Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for volunteering. And who's the last?
Do the recycling.
No, you're not doing the recycling. No, someone else should volunteer to tell me about recycling.
We can recycle plastic, paper, glass, compost scraps, and batteries.
Yeah, Auntie. I'm looking for small. You are finished reading it at once now. I want the people that I can describe to you. Your own is SDG. Your own is SDG. Can you use for SDG? Morning, who's that?
Gold.
Gold. Okay, Gold, you are also SDG, but I don't used to hear your voice regularly, so I will allow you to read it. I'm looking, wait, let me try someone. If the person does not read, then I will allow you to read. Inioluwa, are you there? Inioluwa or Oreoluwa? Ore or Ini, are you there? Can you read recycle?
Hey, ma.
Good morning. How you doing?
Fine, ma.
I can't hear you.
Plastic, paper, glass, metal, compost scraps, and batteries can be recycled.
Okay, so how do you mean that they can be recycled? How can we recycle those things?
Plastics like
Explain it to
bottled
me
water.
quickly.
You can after the liquid inside the plastic has been used, you can use the plastic to store water.
Fantastic. So it can be used to store water. It can be packed together and given out to those who will reuse them, because these plastics, they don't decompose. And so when we throw them away somehow, when we throw them in the water, the fishes and all that, they consume them, they die easily. If we put them on the ground, they disturb the crops to grow very well. So we're encouraging you generally not to waste stuff. And that is the bit of sustainability element for each and every one of you. I've said it, teenagers and above, I am going to be more around what you will do to infuse any of the sustainability elements in your thinking. Thank you all. I have taken a bit of time, but it was because we didn't come in on time. I hope you can see this video. I'm going to play a quick video for you guys. I hope you can see it. Let me unshare, then I will share again. Just a second. Can you see my screen?
No.
Guys,
Hey
can you
guys,
see?
my name is Nicole.
Can you see my screen?
No.
Guys, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, can you see the video playing?
Yes, I can see you now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to play this.
Today we are going to use plastic to make things like wall murals, dresses, accessories, and art. Now the interesting thing is we pick up plastic that you all have disposed on the ground and we treasure them and use them to make designs. Now I'm about to show you how we can use plastic to make amazing things.
Mom, stop.
So we went on a plastic
I'm
drive,
seeing it
meaning
as
we
a
collected
picture.
Wait, is somebody calling me?
Ma, it's
Huh?
freezing in my screen.
It's showing what?
It's freezing in my screen.
Is that the same for everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me play again. Let me see. Can you all see it?
Yes.
No.
Can you all see it now?
It's lagging.
Yes.
Huh?
I can.
Lagging.
Lagging. It's lagging. It's
It's
cracking.
lagging. It's lagging very bad.
Okay, I'm going to share the link after I play. But if you can see it, I want those who can see it to just comment that they can see it as it is playing. So I will know that at least a few of you. Huh? How many of you can see the video easily? Okay, let me just play it. I will send the
Hey
link
guys, my name is Nicole
on the
and I'm
group
a
chat.
Guest Change Maker. Today we are going to use plastic to make things like wall murals, dresses, accessories, and art. Now the interesting thing is we pick up plastic that you all have disposed on the ground and we treasure them and we use them to make designs. Now I'm about to show you how we can use plastic to make amazing things. So we went on a plastic drive, meaning we collected plastic from the street.
Ma, somebody use Anthony's on the video.
Hey, don't worry. Are you seeing the video or not, Remide?
I'm
Are you
not.
seeing the video?
It's
You're
still
not seeing.
freezing.
Okay. Can any other person see the video?
It's
I
freezing.
can see, but freezing up.
It keeps freezing. Oh my. Okay, so what can we do? Bukumi, Feromi, you also can't see the video clearly.
No.
Okay, I'm going to share the link on the group, on the WhatsApp group. I'm also going to just put it in because some of you that are not directly on the WhatsApp group. So I put it in the chat box. That's the link. You can watch it later. Says if it stops, then continue. So that's the link directly.
Which is a wall mural.
So we're mixing the cement and plastering it on the wall. Then we're taking the bottle caps and putting it on the cement on the wall. Beautiful flowers like
Hi guys. How far have you guys gone? Made some kinds of dairy, So we are making something out of supposed plastic waste. Plastic that you guys have disposed, plastic like cups, bottles,
Yes.
and so much more. These jewelry are 95% waste. We get plastic and cut them out into different shapes and patterns, and we use fishing line to secure the beads and the fishing and the hook to the plastic. Last Christmas, my friends and I made a Christmas tree out of plastic bottles. Now we got green plastic bottles and poked holes in them, passed wire through them, and wrapped it around the frame. Make plastic dresses to protect against the use of single-use plastic. We are telling everyone out there to stop using single-use plastic, or even if you do use them, learn to recycle them.
Okay, I'm going to stop it here. If you picked anything from the video, please let me know. Was anybody able to pick anything from the video at all?
I didn't pick anything.
Okay, thank you, Ire. Any other person? Did you pick anything from the video?
I didn't pick anything because this whole screen was lagging and lagging and lagging.
Don't be angry now. I just had a small question.
Me too. That was what happened.
Okay, and Dami, did you speak anything from the video?
I understood what she was trying to say, but then I couldn't see it because it was breaking.
Okay, no problem. So I have shared the link. I've shared the link with you all, and try to take a look at it and watch for just this specifically for those who need to understand what recycling and just basically in little ways. I'm not saying go out and create walls or mirrors or something of recycling. It is just basically to show you how much can be done with recycling.
Where did you share the link?
It's in the chat. So check. I will reshare it now before we go to our classes. Now, finally, before I go out, can you see my screen? I hope most of you can see my screen. Can you see it? Half of you that have not sent your picture. Let me zoom it. We have not finished, but this is how we will publish it without your names. So if you know Gold, you are here. Who are the people that have not given me pictures? Many of you. EX, have you sent your picture? I think you did. I think so a lot of you have not sent. Who just spoke? Sorry, who's just telling me now?
Yes.
Is that EX?
Yes.
Mayomi, Tolu, a lot of you that have not.
Mom.
How do you send the picture?
Final day. By the
No,
time
you misspelled my name.
Iremide, you have not sent your picture.
How do I spend my picture?
Okay, so tell mommy to send me your picture, your passport, so that we can put it there, or your sister.
I don't have a passport.
They will take it for you on a phone. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be anything.
You misspelled Testosa's name.
Okay, I will correct it. My bad. What did I miss there? E, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I will correct it. Apologies. Any other thing? So on that note, for those of you that did not send me picture, I will just put your name in those blanks. You know, I've been shouting. Now, finally, everyone this week, you must submit, apart from your passport, you must submit your area of interest. We are going into the week. By next week fully, we'll be doing projects that relate with what you want to create. Remember that we are halfway through. Today is 14th already. By this week, we'll be talking about finalizing, creating stuff in your area of interest. So I will be coming to your individual classes to get your area of interest. Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
As EX sent a picture.
Please, I think he did. Esusa, did you send it to me? Maybe I forgot to include it.
Yes.
Okay, I think she did. I must have missed that. I will check again, but you can just resend to me again in case I have, maybe I deleted stuff on my phone. So yes, that will be incorporated. Who else? I'm trying to see if I've missed anything. Can you please zoom in on my picture so that there will be more face? Okay, no problem. I've seen that message. I had to read it out. All right, can we quickly?
Oh, but should you?
Can we be on camera, please? So that for UI UX, sorry, your class will be 1 p.m. today. Your instructor just sent me a message. So you'll be on 1 o'clock today. I hope that works for you. In the meantime, if you choose to be in the other class, let me know. So can we all be on camera so that we can quickly take our picture? Thank you all. Make sure you get your area of interest. Mr. Tohan, thank you. Well done. I think you should unshare and share again. Unshare and share again. It's blurry. I've not remove your virtual background and put it back. It happens to me. That's how I've learned it to use the. That's.
Yes.
Try it. Have you tried? Why can we be on camera as many of us? Dayo, I didn't hear your voice at all today. What's up? Bolu, how you doing? Tell me, Dayo, you have not greeted me today. I've not heard from you. Why now?
I'm fine, man. Good morning, man.
And I'm just pulling some of your legs, some of you. All right, let's go. Let's do this so that I can allow you to go to your classes. So Dami, Temidayo, Laolua, Shemilore, and Anesosa. It's 1 o'clock. And it's going to be this link. When it is 1 o'clock, it will be this link, not the other link, so that we don't keep breaking. Good. See the way you're flexing. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this very quickly. I just want to take a quick snapshot and we can go to class. Well done, guys. Thank you, Bolu. Thank you, Tohan. Well done. You're doing a great job. We appreciate you. We're doing so well. Please let them share their area of interest. Let them share their logos and their links, because that's what we want to achieve this week. So we know they're working towards their project. We're waiting. So if you can go on camera. I saw you on camera not too long. Korede, where are you? Bolu, Feromi, Esosa, on camera, please. Let's do this very quickly. Dami, Chizaram. Okay, Chizaram, you probably are using Korede. You need to be on camera. Yes, please. I can't. Yes. Who's saying something? Oh, today is your birthday. Who is that?
Gold.
Oh, Gold. Today is your birthday. Did you say today is your birthday?
Yes.
All right. So go on camera now so that we can sing happy birthday for you. At least let's see the face of the person we want to sing happy birthday for. Feromi, my darling, how you doing? All right, while we are waiting, Iremide, you should be on camera. This is Gold in green. She's the one in the car, and today is her birthday. So can we all sing happy birthday to her? At least, let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. The good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you, dear Gold. May the good Lord bless you.
Lord bless you.
Many happy returns of the day.
Long life.
and prosperity. Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip,
Hooray.
hooray. Congratulations, my darling. Many more next year. Oh. Please, can you go on? Sorry, this is Team Baguette. What is this now? Why are you guys making so much noise? I need to go on mute. You can see you on camera. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. All right. Can we? I just want to take a quick shot of your faces. Gold, you were on camera. Ineolu, where are you? Olaolu cannot go on camera. He's mentioned it to me. Iremide, why are you not on camera? Korede, can you be on camera? Who else? Gold, yeah. Ineoluwa, where are you? Chesubukumi, be on camera. Let's do this. Badebo. I've overspent time. I'm sorry, our teachers. Okay, I'm just going to go with this. If we can't be on camera, if everyone can be on camera. All right. I'm trying to, if you can take it from your end, please do, so that it's not just my picture. I can't wait anymore for just a minute. Yes. So can we all say cheese? Yes. Ah, I didn't see anybody say cheese. Oh. One, two. Ready? Cheese, please. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So for those of you in team what is on this group? Peresishemi, you are just joining. Okay.
Team Cooker.
Just now. Okay, Team Montuli, you're staying behind. Mr. Bolu, have you gone? Bolu, have you left? Has Bolu gone now? So those of you in Team Cooper, is this Team Cooper? Yes. You can go ahead and leave the class now. Thank you all for coming to class. I'm sure you have learned something about sustainability, recycling, reusing, and critical thinking. I will be coming back to you, like I have said. Enjoy the rest of your day. Itoha, have a beautiful week. Bolu, see you.
Thank you, Mom.
For Team UX, guys, except you want to shadow this class, you can be on break, but you can also join in just to listen. I'm sure we are welcome. Yes, I'm not sure I saw your face this morning at all, but all the same. Iremide, you're not just camera when we are finished taking our picture. That's another time.
Yeah, my camera was,
So I just have 4 people in class.
my camera was having problems.
Okay, sorry, dear. Sorry, no problem. We've taken the shot. Next week when we do it again, we'll take your shot. All right, we are good. Bolu, is this Bolu Anebu? Who is this? Who is Bolu Anebu? Is that Bolu, our instructor? Gold, so you can go to your class now. Gold, you can go to your class. Who else? Eh? You are in this class. Don't go anywhere. You are in this class. Korede, you can exit now. Korede, you can exit. I'm just going to remove them so that looks like they are just here flexing. Where is so that we know the people that are in class. But Temidayo can stay in class since their instructor is not around until 1 p.m. So some of them, I can allow them to just be in class. So they are not, I just got the information this morning, they wouldn't have even. So I'm removing Peresishemi, remove. No, don't report, just remove. Until next week, I am removing. Chizaram is here, Yex is here, Jesu Bukomi, Jesu Feromi. Feromi, you are in your other class, so I'm removing Korede.
Okay.
Yes. Then I'm removing, who else? Who is Bolu and Ebu? Bolu and Ebu. I just need to know who this is so that I don't remove the wrong people. I need them to focus and go to their class. Who else don't you know? It's on her. Who else don't you
I don't know. Temidayo, Padero.
Yes, those are UI, UX guys. If they choose to, they can just shadow. Let them, don't worry, I know them. Because we got the information that this instructor is now available for 1 p.m. They can just sit in this class so that they are not, but don't worry about them.
They can learn 1 or 2.
Yes, at least just, so, you know.
My virtual background has refused to work this morning, so I've been trying.
Try it again, just go one more time. Just give it one more shot. I mean, okay. So you decided to go a wall on you. All right. This is all right. Let me see who else. But who is Bolu and Ebu? I'm still wondering because the person has got only camera. Bolu is the instructor for the other class. So can you chat Bolu and Ebu so that I know who you are?
Connecting to others so they cannot hear you.
And that's what I'm saying, that I just need the person to chat so that I can know who it is. I don't want to have people who are supposed to be in another class. Maybe they've forgotten. Okay, I think you can go ahead. Please go ahead with class. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Sorry,
how was your weekend?
Before I exit, one more thing. Etona, please, we need to focus on now starting them up on their projects. Irun, for example, wants a jersey. So let me do an example. Irun, you're not paying attention. No, I can see you. Irun is not listening. He's just talking. Can you imagine? Irun, what did you call the name of your website? Reference website. You said Jersey what?
Co.
Jersey Co. Is it .co or Jersey?
.co.
Can you put in the chat?
Okay, so if this is Jersey.co, I'm going to share my screen now, just to take a cue from today's. So, and you will tell me if this is correct. Chizaram, you can go off camera now. We are done with what we need camera for, so you can have some privacy. Can you see my screen? Irun, is this correct? Irun, can you see my screen?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. So, for example, so if this is the home page, you certainly cannot create, so visit website, let's see. All right, as you can see, this is a very complex website. So for you to create something like this, Ms. Itoha, do you think he will be able to, I know what he has in mind is like an e-commerce site, but this reference website, I wouldn't want to go for it.
No.
So we need to help them. Now this is, so you need to find something else in the region of e-commerce sites that sells jersey. So can we find something very quickly to replace this? Because obviously jersey.co will not work for him. Jersey websites.
I'll to blame myself.
Let's just see. Let's see Jersey Nigeria by original whatever. Jersey Okay, so Irun, can you see my website? Can you see my screen rather?
Yes.
Okay, so you probably want to take a site like this. I'm not saying you should take this one, but the one you have shared, which is jersey.co, is not going to work. So this is something that is a layout that you can then look for jerseys, create, you know, you're going to give your website to a name. So you will share the name you want to give your website with us, but you will then go and pick logos. So when you create boxes, these are some of the elements that your instructor will use in teaching you on how to create your own website. Ultimately, Itoha, we must have, at least each of them should have a 5-page website for presentation. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
So they will have homepage, they will have contact us page at the very least, and they will have at least 2 or 3 pages in between. So the homepage will lead, they can link it to a second page. So for example, now, if he's doing a Jersey site, projector. So if they're doing a Jersey site, maybe like, so they're going to create the menu, which they need to know how to create now. The menu, what will be the elements of their menu? Then if they have the logo, they can still use, they can easily, if they're looking for logos, let them use Emerald Code Zone. I can share Code Zone logo for now, if they don't have their logo, or Emerald Zone for placement. Do you get? I would share Emerald Zone logo and Code Zone logo with everyone. They can decide to create, so this is where your logo will be. When you create logo, this is how to create logo. We'll put it in there and help them to see how placement is done. Then they create menu, the menu links. So these are the links. So all those teachings that you are able to teach, to say one page leads to another, this is where they apply it. Then how to incorporate a major image. So they find the image that suits their website, put it in, create, how many columns is this? 1, 2, I mean, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can choose to do 6 columns. They can choose to do 3 columns that fits well. Do you get?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the starting point. Can I try someone else? So who else is in class? Just quickly. EX, no, okay, not EX. Let me try Jesu Bukumi. Jesu Bukumi.
Ma?
Yeah, what did you say you like? What's your area of interest? What's your area of interest? Bukumi. Okay.
I'm not hearing you, ma.
I said, what is your area of interest? What do you
Football,
like?
soccer.
Sports, soccer. So tell me, which websites should we look at for soccer? Which websites? I can't hear you. Chizaram, she's dropped out. Remide, what do you like?
Games.
Games. So tell me, what is the games website that you like to visit?
Roblox.
Roblox. Okay, Roblox. You will leave that to Itoha to go and sort out, because that Roblox in every year in, year out. Now, so I deal with that Roblox. Let me find someone else. So EX, are you there?
Yes,
EX.
I'm here.
EX, I can't hear you.
I'm here.
Yeah? What do you like?
I like fashion.
I can't hear EX. Who else? Dara. Okay, you like fashion.
Jake said
Fantastic.
fashion.
Which site, which website should we check out? Tell me fast, time has gone. Which websites? Dara, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it my own audio or
I can hear you.
is it your end? I don't know what the
Hello, ma, are you still there? Network. Director, are you still there? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay, okay.
So I was just asking either Dara or EX websites that they want to use as reference. The reference websites. Can you hear me? Hello? Dara, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, what is your area of interest?
Sports.
Which website do you like to visit? That you would like to create something similar to?
I can't hear you.
I said, so give me a website that you would like to create something similar to in sports. Something in sports that you would like to create something
Sky
similar.
Sports.
Eh?
Sky Sports.
All right, so I'm going to Sky Sports right now and I will share my screen. Sky Sports. Is this it? Is this your reference? Is this the site you? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm asking Dara.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is this the site that you used to visit?
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
say Sky Sports, okay. And so, it means that this is the layout that you probably, if you wanted to give your own website a name, this is what it will be looking like. This is a format in which your page. So you're going to have a home page with a lead size like this. Are you getting it? You're going to have you may not do videos, and if you choose, you and your instructor, she can guide you to do a video, but you are going to do a layout of your home page that is close to this. You don't necessarily have to do all the content, but this is a guide. You look for information on sports. You can even decide to replicate Sky Sports in your own way. Just use the name of, what name would you like to call your sports websites? Find a name for it. If you can create a logo. If you can't create a logo, just put the name, put the menu, put the necessary things. So I will be asking you all for reference websites and your own website name. Are we clear? Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Iro, for saying yes. Dara, are you clear?
No more.
Is this the way Dara keeps going in and out? I think it's out.
Yes,
Okay.
that's how he does.
Okay, so bad, eh? But it's on how we are clear, Abby, on the expectations.
All
right, thank you. So I really want them to be encouraged to drop in their reference websites between today and tomorrow, so we begin to know where we are working towards. So as we're applying now, we're not going to be giving random sort of assignments anymore. It's going to be something they will be championing and channeling their energy to creating stuff to relate with their projects. So they apply. So as you give, maybe go and link videos for Aaron, it's going to be something related to jerseys or e-commerce or something. For this man, it's going to be something related to sports news. For EX, it will be fashion. They will begin to bring out their area of interest to life. All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm done. Don't worry. I'm done for today now. I'm out of your faces.
All right, good morning, everybody. So I hope you have enjoyed your weekend. I hope you had a good weekend. We're just going to dive straight into it because of time. So let me first check assignments and then we'll go into what we'll have for today. So can I please see your assignments? Let me start with that's your assignment. Able to do your assignment. Okay, thank you. Chizaram, were you able to do yours? Everyone, share your screen while waiting. Chizaram, were you able to do your assignments? Chizaram.
Yes, ma.
You're able to do it. Can you share your screen today?
No.
Why? Chizaram, I can't help you if you don't do your assignment and share your screen and make corrections. I don't know what to do anymore. Okay. Can you scroll down? Okay, set the text color for green. And this is not the assignment I gave. I don't think that's the assignment I gave you. I said you should. Hold on, let me check. I'm checking my phone. Please give me a moment. Hold on. Just hold on. Okay. I want to read the assignment I gave you to be sure that everyone did the right thing. That was on Friday. Okay. So I said you should create an external file for your CSS. So let me see it. Your external file should be in the same folder as your HTML file. You can't create an external file in another folder, or you create it in a separate file. They should all be in the same folder, otherwise it won't work. Do you understand me? What is your name?
But it worked when I did it.
Are they in the same folder?
Yes.
Okay, if they're in the same folder, it will work. So let me see your external CSS page.
Sheet.
Okay. Okay, nice. So I said change the first H2 and paragraph element. Who is that?
Remedy.
Remedy, what is the problem?
My homework. I didn't do my homework.
Okay, hold on. I'll get to you. Hold on. I'll get to you. Let me finish with Emi. Please.
Homework.
No problem. No problem. But please don't interrupt me, please.
Ma.
Please, let me finish. Please, one at a time. So I said you should change the from the assignment. Hold on. Okay, so I said change the first H2 and the first paragraph element to white using inline CSS. So let me see. Did you do that?
Yes.
So the first paragraph. Okay, H2 color white. I see there. So you can see that you made a mistake, and you're supposed to close this paragraph. Sorry, you're supposed to close this H2 after writing color is equal to white. You're supposed to close it, and it still worked. Yeah, so close the paragraph there. I mean, close the tag there.
Close.
Yeah, so now delete that second H2 that appeared. Yeah.
So do you want to see it on the browser?
No, I'm not done checking the code. So I said change that and then the first paragraph. You didn't change the first paragraph to white, but at least you understand how to do inline. That's the most important thing. Change one of the H4 to white using internal CSS. H4 color white, okay? If you use an inline CSS and you didn't answer the fourth question, where I said if you use an inline CSS or an external CSS, where is it? I can't find the answer.
Here.
Okay. The browser will pick the internal CSS first. No, that's wrong. The browser will pick the inline first. The browser will pick the inline, not the external. But thank you. You can stop sharing your screen. Let me see it on the browser.
You read me, they stop drawing.
Let me see it on the browser.
Does this, I can raise your own. Okay. Browser.
I'm not drawing anything.
Yes, you are. You were drawing on my screen before.
You read me, they stop it now.
I brought out my eraser.
I'll report it to director. Scroll down, let me see.
I'm coming. Okay.
Okay, your background is white, so we're not seeing everything. Okay, no worry. Thank you very much. Chizara can share her screen. Iremide did not do his own. Inyolua. Yeah, I can see it now. Thank you. Inyolua.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to do yours?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can I see yours? Can I see yours after Inyolua? Just Bukumi, after just Bukumi EX, and we can go into what we have for today. So as quick as you can.
Maya, muted.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Okay. All right. So did you create a CSS file? Okay, I can see your CSS file. Click on your CSS file.
I didn't really do anything on that file.
Why? Because I explained in class that you are supposed to copy your CSS from your HTML file and put it on your CSS. So go to your HTML file again. I told you copy everything inside out your style tag and put it on your CSS. Do it now. You're not copying everything, no. You didn't copy the first one. Copy it again. Inelua, you know what? Stop sharing. We'll do this after class. Stop sharing so that we can move on. We'll do it after class. All right, thank you. I will check you on Aurora's own after class. EX, can I see yours? EX.
I'm calling.
All right. So just Bukumi, were you able to do yours? Just Bukumi. You did one. All right, let me see EX own and then we'll move on. Oh, just Bukumi, please share your screen. While we'll come back to EX. Can you share your screen? Just Bukumi. Okay, because we've wasted a lot of time today, or not wasted, we've spent a lot of time today. I'm going to have to, okay, EX is sharing her screen. Okay, you made the same mistake as your cousin. EX, do you know the mistake I'm talking about? Exactly. So correct that mistake so you can, oh, your computer is lagging. Ehun, you know the correction, right? Please help me put EX through. Help me correct that one mistake she made so we can move on. Just to Bukumi, I'm not hearing anything from you, so I'm going to move on to what we have for today. Let me share my screen. Can you guys hear me first of all? I know that everyone, yeah, Ehun, you said your, can you all type your, Dara is not in this class. Can you all type your website, the name of your website or the link to your website? Can you all put it in the chat box? So I'll be using them as reference points as we're in class. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes. No. No.
No.
You can, okay. Hold on. It's saying it's loading. Hold on, guys. It's still loading. Okay. This is now. Hello.
I know.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, you can see it now. Thank you. Can you see my screen, Iremide?
Yes.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about an element called, we're going to talk about div and span. You know, these we call them there are unique HTML tags that you need to know if you're going to
Excuse me, ma, your voice is tracking.
All right, hold on. This is cracking. Is it still cracking?
No.
Okay, so you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So I said today we are going to talk about something called the tips. We're going to talk about tips and span. Now, these are special tags that let you add classes to an element. So I don't know where the site is not going. And I'll show you what that means as well. So sorry, the network cuts me off. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, because it cut me off for a while. Let me share my screen again.
Yes.
So I said you guys drop the link to your website so I can explain what I can explain what I'm saying better. So drop the link to your website now, please. For those of you that have it already. I'm waiting to hurry up so we can leave the class early. I'm waiting now. Somebody should drop theirs.
To drop what?
Your reference website, Iremide, my dear. Your reference website. I'm waiting, guys. Let me share my screen first. Share my screen, I'll be able to find it again. Why are you not dropping yours? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. They just a bit complicated, so you can't. Let me find something else. Book me. Are you not dropping any websites? Yeah. Jesse Graham. How do I get to Jesse Graham? EX, what's yours? Is this jessegraham.com?
Yes.
I don't know.
Mine is Fashion Nova, but I'm trying to drop the link.
Okay. Can you drop a link to their homepage? Like copy the link and drop it. Since you know the website. Whoever drops first between.
I don't know the website. I wanted to use Jessico, but the director said that it's too hard. And then she now brought out another website that I saw that was called Jesse Graham.
Okay, let me check. I'm waiting for EX. You said your own is what? Fashion Nova. Please, what do you guys do on this Roblox, please?
You play games. You play games.
We play multiple games and we use our credit card.
Okay.
We use money to buy things. So.
Makes sense. Fashion Nova for.
Yeah, she posted Fashion Nova.
Yeah. Okay, she has posted it. No, she didn't post it. I'm just trying to check online.
So, and have you seen this?
I'm trying to find Fashion Nova for EX. At least I can use those two as a reference point. Yeah, I think I see Jesse Graham. Oh, my connection.
Ma, there's something saying that one's network bandwidth.
Yes, that's one. Let me go off camera. Let me see if that will make it better. Hold on. Okay. Let me see if that will make it better. Spot them on, okay. Let me check that. So I don't know what is wrong with my connection this morning. Okay. So yes, this one, I think I like yours. It's a bit easy. So let's
Roblox HEP Roblox.
No, that is way too complex for you. That is way too complex for you. So let me share my screen now while this is loading. Hold on. They're still loading.
So I've sent the link.
Okay. I think we even found it. Thank you. Fashionova.com. Yeah, I found it already. Thank you. So let me share my screen now. So let me know when you can see my screen. Let me see my screen. These are lots and lots of pictures. Okay. Okay, still loading. Still, I'm taking time. It's not lemon. Okay, let me copy this then.
Excuse me, ma, we cannot see your screen.
Yeah, it's still, I will stop and do it again. Oh, no. So, just Bukumi, can you drop the code again? Because I can't find it again. Can you drop the link again? Okay. Okay, so you'll be able to see now. You see. Hello, can you guys see my screen? Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so
yes, I can hear you.
Can you see my screen? Thank you. Let me reload. I think something is wrong with my network. So I wanted to talk about divs, and I was saying that it defines a division or section in H. Right now, this top part, you get that section. Okay, I'm back. I'm so sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm going to share my screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so let me know when you can see my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen.
I can't see your screen.
Okay, so thank you
I
very
can see your
much.
screen.
Oh, okay, thank you. So I was explaining about, I think I like Ehun's website. Yeah. So let me push this here. So I was talking about divs and how they define a section or a segment in a HTML file. And if you look at, let's look at this Ehun's page, you see this top part here. This is one section where you can see footballers. This is one section. If you scroll down, you would see another section. As you can see, the background here is white, while the background
can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Can any other person see my screen?
Yes.
I can
Can
see. Okay. Yeah, ma, I can see your screen now.
Is it true? Can you all see it now?
I can now see it.
Okay, you can see it now.
It is still loading.
Is that Ore? Ore?
Yes.
Yes.
You can see it, right?
It is still loading.
Okay, still loading on your end. But Ehun, you can see it, right?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. Ore, can you see it now? Or is it still loading? Ore?
Now.
You can see it. No, that's Iremide. I want to know if Ore can see it. Ore, can you see it now? Ore?
Yes, I can.
So can everybody see it now? Can I continue? If you can't see it, let me know so I can, or should I continue?
Can see it.
Okay, thank you. So everybody can see it. So I was saying that a div defines different sections, like this particular place you're seeing with players. This is one section. Yeah, this is another section where you have different things: buy original footwear, all clothings, buy original jersey. That's another section. You can also see this section. What is it? Please mute. You are disturbing my class. So can you guys see my screen is loading now. All right, can you guys see the screen? guys don't respond, if you guys don't talk, we're not going to go for break. If you don't respond when I ask questions, you don't answer when I ask questions, you're not going to go for a break. Oh. So please, can you guys see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Thank you very
I can
much.
see your
Okay, so let me go back to the home page. So now this is the home page, right? And I said there are different sections. This is one section, the top part. This is another section. This right here is another section. So you can see that they are divided into sections, and each section has different design. The background of this section, you can see that it's different. You can see that it is also different from this section here. Here, the background is white, and then you can see, I don't know what is supposed to be here. Maybe my laptop isn't loading it, but you can see it's different. If you go down to this other section, it's also different as well. So they use divs to actually divide this this page into sections so that you can style them differently. Is that, do you guys understand? And I will show you how, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. So the div tag is easily styled using the class or ID attribute.
You're breaking in my.
I'm sorry, just try to listen. I'm sorry. Am I breaking for every other person?
No.
All right, thank you. So Ire, just try to listen. You should hear. I'm going to mute everybody now because you guys are really disturbing my class. So if you have a question, if you cannot hear anything, please let me know in the chat box. I don't know if I'm still the host. Am I still the host?
Oh, EX is the host.
EX, can you pass the host to me now? You just go to the chat, you just go to the participants, you would see my name.
Click on my name.
EX, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so please just go to participants, you find my name, you click, you would see those 3 dots close to my name. When you click on those 3 dots, you will see make me host. Please, can you transfer the host back to me? When you've done that, let me know. Can you do that?
I've done it.
Okay, so are you sure? I don't think I'm the host right now. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to mute everybody now because there's a lot of side background talks that I don't like that is disturbing me. So if you cannot hear me or you cannot see my screen, please let me know in the chat so that I would come back, okay? Chizaram, what's going on? Why are you writing all this in my class? Please, I don't want to see all this. Why are you insulting somebody in class? Chizaram, please, let's stop it. Don't use bad words like that. All right, so let's continue. No, don't worry. So let me first remove this. Okay. So if you have any questions or you cannot hear me, please write it in the chat box. So the div tag is easily styled using the class or the ID attributes, which I will still show you. But basically, what you should know that the div is just used to divide a page into sections so that you can style the different sections differently. You get, so let me show you guys here. Let me see. So you can now look at this. This is something that they've coded, and you can see. Let me remove this first. So you can see this is a piece of code here, right? This is a block of code, and we just put this is a heading, this is a whatever. This. So now let's assume that I want the. Hold on. Let's assume I want this H2. Sorry. So let's assume that I want this H2, which is the heading is a div, this particular write-up. I want this write-up and this other write-up to be in a box. I want to make it different. If you take a look at this website here, you can see that this is different from the one on top. And I'm still going to show you guys how to do that. But I just want you to know how divs work. So I want to add a div here, and I want it to be in a box of red, and I want the color of that box to be light blue. And I also want it to be in the center. So let me show you. You can see you put the div here, you open your paragraph, your brackets, you type your div, div, then you put your class, and then you name your class whatever you want to. We have done this before, naming class and all of that. So you name your class whatever you want to, and then after you have written everything, because I already said this is what I want to put in the box. I want to put this H2, and I want to put this paragraph. So I am going to close my div at the end of the H2 and the paragraph. Let me expand this. If you cannot hear me, if you cannot see my screen, please put it in the chat. So as you can see, this is the H2 here, and this is the paragraph. Now I want them to be in a box. And so this is my div. I put a div, then I put a class. You majorly use div to add classes to sections. Just like, so this is the sections I want to put something in. So now let me run this code so that you see how it looks like. You see, not only is it now separated, there's a box around it. But first of all, I forgot to mention, you have to go and define what you want. Now you can see it here, that they put the class here. Remember I said that if you want to give a particular class a design, you have to come and write it here. You have to state what you want it to be. So here we state that we want a border. This particular red line you are seeing around here is called a border. That is what is called a border. And it's always on most websites. If you check them, let me see, is there a border around here? Yes, they're all borders. But most websites use borders. So this is called a border. Now I said I wanted PX, I wanted it to be outset, and I wanted it to be red. So let me check what that means for HTML. Okay, so that is within. I'll come back to you. So I said I want the background color to be blue. I can change this color to red. I can change red. See, it becomes red. I can decide to change to orange or yellow. The network keeps bringing me in and out. EX, I need you to make me the, okay, thank you, EX. So let me share my screen again. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here. Always remember that if you don't remember something, you can always, for instance, now I have forgotten what border properties look like. So I come here and I check. And then I see, so I can see the different border properties that are here. You have dotted, oh, my internet is unstable. You have dotted, you have dashed, you have solid, you have double, you have groove. Let's assume that I say, okay, I want an inset, because what we have there is outset. Let's assume I say I want an inset border. Let me try it here. Let's say I want to change this border to inset. Inset. this is what an insect border looks like. Let's say I want to make it ash. So you can see the different parts here. Let me see, let's see what it looks like. So you can see every back inside.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She even allow us to unmute and he's not working. Is that right here? Meet me.
I'm not seeing everything. Ma, I can't see your screen.
She's around. Who are you sending all those buttons to? I don't know even in this song.
Please, can anybody hear me?
Oh.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
Yes, I can hear you.
You hear me? You obviously hear me because you're shouting no.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, let me try sharing my screen again.
What are you saying? I can't hear. I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear anything.
Alright, hold on. You hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't.
Okay, you can hear me, right? Dara, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody
I can hear you now.
Can you see my screen?
No.
You can't see my screen,
I can't
right?
see your screen.
Stop and share it again. Okay, so hold on.
Oh.
You still can't see it, right?
I can't see it.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Yes, but you're sharing Zoom.
You guys can
But you're sharing Zoom.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to.
W3. Person. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And your screen is frozen. Quiet. Director, please come back. If I seriously can't hear anybody. Somebody talk.
Where's Miss Tohan?
You're finally saying something. I can't hear anything.
Neither can I.
And our screen is frozen.
Mr. Han.
Ma, I can't hear you. Aaron, how did you make a book? EX, can I be the host?
No.
EX, can I be the host, please? I'll give it to Mrs.
No.
to Mrs. Stohan.
No.
Aaron, you're not EX.
But I am there.
No, Aaron.
Mr. Han is not even in the meeting.
Aaron, give me.
No.
Why do you want to be the host?
I want to see what he can do.
So you said you want
You will
to
end the meeting.
I'm
you
not
said you
going
wanted
to
to
end
be
the
the host so you can
meeting.
give it to Mr. Han.
I'm not going to end the meeting
Are you sure?
because last time I was the host. I didn't get to see everything the host can do. I already know that the host can end the meeting.
The host is the same as a participant. There's nothing much that they can do. The only thing they can do is give commands and end the meeting.
Can you give me the host?
No.
Please.
I said no.
Where is Mrs. Stohan?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I'm going to have me playing again. I'm going to
That's
play
your own
Roblox.
business. Play Roblox, your business.
And I'm going to kill you.
How will you kill me? Am I even playing?
Maybe you can give me your Robux.
Okay, I'll give you 0 Robux because I don't have any.
I have 8 Robux.
Good for you.
8 Robux. Do you know that is 100 naira just for 8 Roblox.
I don't care.
You know what? Beg. You know what? Listen me beg. You're just stop showing that book.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I don't know. I'm having technical difficulties today. I don't know what to do. So let me, you can see my screen.
I can see the screen.
All right.
But it's loading. Yes.
Tell us about divs. Okay. It's still loading, right? So let me know when it has finished loading.
It has finished loading.
So you can see what is on my screen.
I can see your screen now.
Are you finally back?
Thank you. Yes, I'm finally. Hopefully, I'm back. So I was saying that a div is used to divide a page into sections so that you can style that section. Let's assume I want to put another section. Copy. Then I'm going to put it here. Right. I'm going to leave a space. So you can see now we have, this is one section. This is another section, right? Let me run this code so you see. So now I want this section to also, I want these two sections to be different. Let me do it for you. So now this is the code and I want to make this section different. So I'm going to use a div to add a class to it. So open a bracket, div, you add a class. I'm going to call this, let me call it, what class would I call it? Let me call it section. You can name the class whatever you want, just make sure it's something that makes sense to you. So because this is the entire section, I'm going to go and put it at the end of the section. I'm going to close the div at the end of the section.
Mom, when is break?
I'll let you know. So now let me now go and give the section style what I want it to be. So I also want, it's going to be full stop section. Now I want Hold on, sorry. Hold on, sorry. Please hold on, let me check my VS Code just to be sure I have that right. So while that is loading, so I want this to be, I forgot to close this here. So I want it to have a border. I want the border to be 2 ps thick. I don't want it to be very thick. I just want it to be a little thick. I want it to be dashed lines, and I want it to be yellow. I want the color to be yellow, right? Sorry. Border. I don't know why I'm making border 2px dashed and yellow. Yes, that's what I want. I also want the background to, I want the background color, sorry. Background color. I want the background color to be, somebody give me a color.
Green.
Green, right? Okay, thank you. So I want the background color to be green. I don't want it to be text. I don't want the text to be in the center like this. I want it to remain here. I don't want it to be in the center. This is in the center already. So hold on. You can see I have to leave a space between those two. Let me leave a space. So BR is our code for writing space. Okay, so now there's a space. So you see what a div does. I will still teach you guys how to make images your background. Sorry, hold on. Please give me. Okay, so can you hear me? This is my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what a div does for you. So I was showing you guys Ehun's website. Okay, the website is loading, and how it's divided into section. We have not gotten to all this place. We'll still get here where I'll show you how to use background as pictures. I'll show you how to divide them into different sections, like this particular section that is 3 in 1, 2, 3. This is a section on the HTML page, and they also use the div to design it. So I'll still show you guys how to do it, but I just want you to know that when it comes to dividing them into sections, we use divs. This is one section. Now you can decide to divide this section into 2 like this. You divide this into 2, but we'll get there. I think maybe on Wednesday or so, we'll talk about that, where you can divide the section and then you make one part green, you make one part yellow. But just know how to divide it into this first. So does this make sense to everybody? Does this make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So that's about, okay, so that is about div. Another one I want to show you is span. It's something called a span element. It's almost like a div. Span. Okay, this is it. Sorry, please give me a moment. My laptop is having issues. So a span is just like a div. The only difference is how they appear.
Oh, okay.
What's that? Do you have a question? Do you have a question, Ehun?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm trying to make sure this doesn't go off. Okay. So a span is like a div, right? The only difference is that the div is like a block element and the span is like an inline element. And what does that mean? A block element always starts from a new line, but a span, let me see if I can do it here. If we're using span here, let me show you what will happen. Instead of div, let's use a span, right? We'll use a span here. This thing is too small to show everything I need to show. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing here. So what a block or what a span element means is just simple. Let me show you guys so that you know. It's not reflecting on that browser. Span and difference between span and div. I want you guys to see the difference. A block element always starts on a different line. Why an inline element doesn't start from a different line. So let me see if I have it here, if I can see it. Can you read? And my VS Code is not loading, so I can't show you guys. Ah, man. If I write a piece of code like this, right? If I use a block will put them together on each other. But if you use a span will allow it to appear side by side. I would have loved to show you guys on my VS Code, but the VS Code is not loading and I don't know what to do. But you can see the reason why it's not, let me remove the borders first. Let me see if that would do anything. Okay. Let me use a single line.
When are we having a
Remedy, I'll let you know when you are having a break. Just listen. Okay, so look at this code right here, right? They are writing a paragraph. My mother has blue eyes and my father has dark green eyes. They used a span to write this here. You can see a span to write it here. If I use a div here, it will become a new line. Let me use a div. If I use a div here, and then I decide to use a div here, it breaks it because a div starts on a different line entirely. But if you use span, a span will ensure that it starts directly on the same line. So do we get the difference now? Because sometimes you want to add style to something, but you don't want it to start from a different line. You want it to continue on that same line. Use a span. But if you want it to start on a different line, you can use a div. So I hope we get it. So now that we've used span, it's now all on this. So they are the same. They just help you put classes in a code. Like this is a class, span, style, color. They change the font weight and all of that. So I just wanted you guys to know about those two. And when you are creating a page, you can always use divs and span to add designs to it. So I just wanted you guys to know that. So the theme for today is actually going to be CSS fonts. Sorry. So let's go to CSS. Let me teach you guys about different fonts. Tomorrow we're going to talk about grids because time has gone today. We're going to talk about how to make all these grids and I'm talking about this one here, that you have one here, you have one here, and then I'm going to teach you how to make images your background tomorrow. And my network is really, really acting today. So we're going to learn about fonts. Yeah, I've seen it now. Thank you. So let's talk about fonts. Font selection is important. Choosing the right font has a huge impact on how the readers view your website. The right font can create a strong identity for your brand. Using a font that is easy to read and is important because there are different types of fonts. Imagine if every website I know always uses normal fonts. Imagine if we're here and they were using a font. Okay, you can see this right here. You can see this JC Graham, right? You can see the way it's written. It's different from the way this write-up is here, right? You guys can see the difference. This is clearer, right?
Yeah.
All categories clubbed. Yeah. This is a font that is easy to read. Thank you. This is a font that is easy to read. This is not a font that is easy to read. If you are writing everything in your website like this, people might not be able to read it. So it's always advisable to use fonts that people can read, otherwise nobody would be able to see your website. So there are already generic font families in CSS. When you are writing code, sometimes they either pick one of these 5 fonts you are seeing. The browser just automatically, if you don't specify the font, sometimes you have to specify the fonts. Like on this website here, although this is a logo, I think this is a logo, but you can decide that, okay, I want to use one font here and I want to use a different font here. It's normal. And the fonts are always looking alike, so don't worry yourself about that. These are different fonts. This is how you write F if you're using a sans serif font. This is how you write F if you're using a normal serif font. This is how you write F if you are using red serif. So there are different fonts, and look at them. There are different fonts. If you write your website using this kind of fonts, nobody would be able to read what is on your website. Of course, you can't write all the words on your website and be making it bold like this. You won't like it. It won't be easy to read, but most times it's better to just use, for most sites I've seen, they use serif, or you can just use Times New Roman or Georgia. And what you should know is that don't use more than 2 types of fonts on your website. You can decide that, okay, you want to use copper plates for all your headings, and then for all your paragraphs you are going to use Times New Roman. Is allowed. But what you cannot do is that, okay, you're going to use copper plates for your heading, then you now use this particular font to write your H2, then use this one to write your paragraph. It will just be they can't even read this one. It will just be confusing. So most times it's better to just stick to one font family. And how do you set the font family that you want to use? Let's see it here. So now these are different paragraphs in different fonts. The first paragraph, they made the font family Times New Roman. And this is what I would advise everybody to use. This is also another font family. And you can see that it's different from the one on top. This is a different font family as well. So if you want to choose whatever font you want to choose, if you are looking for a font family, just go to Google, and Google will show you different fonts that you can use, and then you come back to your VS Code. For instance, now you just type font family. If you type font family in CSS, you can see okay, you can still go to WH School, but I would rather want to go to Mozilla. Oh, sorry, you can see one. Let's go back. I saw the perfect one. You can see CSS font family lists. That's where you probably want to go, because you know that. Okay, so we can't go to this website. Thank you very much, because they already gave me a warning. So let's see if there's a list of font family. It's still the same thing they are showing us. I'm trying to see if there's a list of, no. So let's check for that website where you can find a list of font, or let me write lists of font family in CSS. Okay. The ultimate list of web safe HTML and CSS fonts. So let me try that. Okay, they just wrote the names of the fonts, but they didn't tell us how the fonts will appear. So I'm just going to advise everyone, if you're going to do your own website, just pick this font family. It's your best bet. Don't stress yourself so much, just pick this one. I just wanted you guys to know that there are different font families that you can use, but most times it's better to just use this one. Is that clear? There are a lot, there are too much, and it might get you confused. Yeah, so it might get you confused.
Yes.
Don't try to use any fancy font, especially now that you don't know the names. I don't know what's wrong with my VS Code, is not loading. I have a list of font families to show you guys there, but for some reason it's not showing. Try Google Fonts. I think Google Font should be the best, because I want you guys to see the thousands of fonts that we have. I want you to see the okay, so Google Fonts. Okay, yes. So these are all different font family names. You can see Roboto, I don't even know how to pronounce this. So they are different. Google has a lot of fonts. You can decide whatever you want to use for your browser. Do you understand? But most times, like I said, just stick to this, just stick to Time New Roman, or just stick to your default browser. Whatever your VS Code gives you, just stick to it like that. But I just wanted you to know that, oh, there is something called fonts family that you should know about. So let's talk about the layout of your website, since we're now in the phase of talking about your project, so that you guys will know what you are doing. So a website is often divided into header, menu, content, and a footer. Let me show you this Elm's website. This top part is what is called the header. So there are tons of different layout designs to choose from. However, this is the best structure. If you can take a screenshot, take a screenshot. Do you understand? So there is the header, there is always something on top, and then there is the navigation menu, and then there is the content, and you can divide your content into anyhow. As you can see, this is divided into 3. 1, 2, 3. On Ehun's website, is divided into, let me go to the home page. You see, they also divided this into 1, 2, 3. There's also 1, 2, 3, 4. So however you want your website to look like, you have to first know you just have to first visualize the layout. Do you get? But this is a standard layout of how a website should look like. So a header is usually located at the top of the website or right below the navigation menu. This is what is called the navigation menu. You see this menu right here? You see this thing up here? It's called a navigation menu. As you can see, they are all links to different things. If I hover around it, okay, it's just here. So it's a navigation menu because it shows you where you want to go to. It's telling you the different places. So this is what is called a navigation menu. So a header is usually located at the top of a website or right below the navigation menu. It usually contains a logo or the website name, just like here. This is the header, so the logo is right here. Sometimes they are in this situation, they are side by side. Let me check EX website. It's not loading. Okay, you can see in EX website, this is the navigation. This is the navigation menu, but you can see the header where the logo is. This is the logo, and all this here right here, this search bar, they are all on the header. While here it is the navigation. On Elm's website, the header and the navigation are like on the same row. So a header is usually located at the top or right below the top navigation menu. It contains a logo or a website. For instance, let me see. You can see this right here. This here is a header. Whatever you like, you can put here. You can decide to write, oh, Elm's website. When you're building your website, you can decide to name this website. See, Elm's website. So how did they do it here? It's still the same, your H1, your normal H1 or whatever. You can see it's just, let me do this. So you can see it's just H1, but they put a div class to it, and they call that div class the header. And so they also styled the header. They gave it a background color. That is why it's having this different color right here. If I remove that background color, it will just be white automatically. Let me remove that background color. You see these things here? You guys can see this right up here, right? With the slash and the star. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
This is called a comment. It's just used to leave comments inside your HTML code. Do you understand? You can see it doesn't appear on the site on your browser when you run the code or when you reload the page. It doesn't appear there. It's just used to it's like writing. Most times when you're working on a website, most times you are not the only one working on the website. So you have to be leaving messages for other developers who are working on the websites. Maybe I changed something in the code and I want them to know that, oh, I changed something here. Let's assume I changed this to red. So let's assume I change this to red. And then I want the other person who is working, maybe somebody is working on the footer, I'm working on the header. I want that person to know, oh, I changed this to red. I can just leave a message here and say, changed header to red. So they know. If I put it, you're not going to see that anywhere here. But to leave a comment, you have to put this sign, your slash sign, and then your star, and then you so end it with your slash star. It's important that you put, if I don't put this there, it will look like it will be like an error in my code. It might even show. Let's see if it will show. You see, it becomes like an error if you don't put it there. So it's important that you put that there. Let me put it again. So that's what is called a comment. And you also end it like this. Exactly. So now if I do it, it will show. So this is a header, right? That's all about it. It's just like the first part of your website. So let's talk about the navigation bar. You can see it's like, let's open it. So this is a navigation bar. You're seeing all these links. It is almost like, let me close those so that I don't have to be going far. Okay, so it is almost like what you're seeing here. That's what's here. That's what you're seeing here. So you can decide if you want to put it on the right or on the left. So how did they do that? They already have a header there, and now they want you now put a navigation link. Simple. So let's first go to the code before we go to the navigation, before we go to the CSS rather. So you can, let me expand this. So what you should know about navigation menu is that they are just links. All of them are just links that lead somewhere. They are all links that are on the same line. If you check here, these are all links. If you click it, it's going somewhere. You see, they are all links that are leading to different places. So there's nothing special about it. Let me see. So yeah, they are all links that are leading. So this one is very long from the beginning to the end because it's an e-commerce site. So after you have written, this is the H1 for your header, you have decided that, okay, this is going to be your header. As you can see, they use the div to classify that, okay, this is a header. They put the class header here too. Like I said, navigation are just links. Let's say this was going to YouTube, www. Let me go to YouTube, or let me just use your individual websites. I hope you guys are listening and then you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Is
listening.
Irem the only person? So let's
I'm
say this is one
listening.
website.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So that is one
listening.
website. All right, good.
I'm listening.
And we've already talked about how to put links before. We've discussed how to put links. You use your A element, then you reference whatever website you are going to, which is here. So I'm putting the website I want to go to. You can see that the website, let me make it smaller. You know, so you can decide to change this to, okay, this leads to Graham Jesse. This leads to Graham Jesse. Put your link. This leads to Fashion Nova.
Jesse.
What? This leads to
Jesse.
Jesse. What did you say?
I said
This
it was
also
Jesse Graham, not Graham Jesse.
Oh, sorry, Jesse Graham. Let me put this one at this one leads to Facebook. www.facebook.com.
You put
I don't want
not www.
Okay, thank you. W. This is too okay. Let me just leave it like that. I hope you guys can see it. So yes, I know that we all know how to do links. So these are just links, and then they divided it with a div, and they named the class Top Navigation. This is Top Nav. It's short form for Top Navigation, and they also closed it. So now, if you run this code, this is what you get. You see? So you have your header here. Mostly, what's going to be in your header most times is going to be your your logo. If you check most websites, what's on their header is their logo. You can see the logo here. You can see the logo here. Okay, let me try something. Hopefully it will work here. I want to see if a span element would work here. Okay, so it's not working. So let's continue using a div. Oh, sorry. My VS Code has finally loaded. Let me check. Okay, that's it. Oh yeah, I was supposed to write Facebook. Sorry. Okay, so I think this has finally opened.
Mine's already level 40.
Yes, Iremide. I know that. I don't know why you are reminding me though.
Just pray.
Okay. So if we're going to, let's assume you want to make your header like this. You want your what's it called? Your logo to be on one side, and then you want your navigation to be on the same line. We'll use grids for that, but we've not gotten there. But for now, this is how you create a navigation board. It's just links, and then they designed it. So let us go and see how they now designed it. You can see the different classes. You can see the header class. You can see the top nav, right? So okay, border box margin is equal to 0. So you can see in the header here, they said they wanted, this is the background color that they chose, and that's why you have this color here. This particular color, you can tell that this color is not white, it's like gray. Let's assume I want to make that color purple. Let me make it purple so that we'll see it better. Right? Oh, sorry. Purple. So right here, the background color is purple. When you're saying background, you're just talking about the color surrounding whatever is your text. So that's the background color. And now they want a padding. We're going to learn okay, I think I can teach you padding and margin today. So when you say padding, let me change this to 100. So you know what I'm talking about. Let me make this 100. So you can see a padding is the space around this right here is your top padding. This side right here is your side pattern. This side right here, they're both, and this is the bottom padding. So it's just the space surrounding your right up. Do you understand? So now this is 100 px padding. Of course, it's too much. So let's make it 20. 20. So it becomes normal. See, so we've reduced the padding. So let's assume I want only the top padding to have space. I can come here and say padding top, right? Let me make that 100. You see, only the top would have that space. The rest will not have that space. So let's assume I want to make the padding under to be 50. Are you guys following me?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's assume I want to make the padding under to be 50. Padding bottom. Now, assume I want the padding bottom to be 50 px, right? 50 px, and I go like this. See, now they both have 50, 50, right? Remember, I did not touch the sides. So the browser is just automatically picking whatever I want. Now let's assume I want the sides. Although that wouldn't make any sense to say padding right. Padding right. You can say you want the padding right to be, let's say, let me say 100 px, so that it will be obvious. Sorry, so that it will be obvious. Now, if I run this, you can see the padding on the, is it left or right? Yeah, the padding on the right is bigger than the one on the left. Are you guys seeing this?
How are you?
Yes, I can see.
Yes, I can see.
I can't see.
Everybody can see my screen. So I want to make the
I
padding
can see
left.
your screen.
All right, thank you. Let me make it 100 px too, right? And then when I run it, the padding automatically becomes the same. But if you know that you want to make the pad, you want all the padding to be the same, you want them to have the same space, which is what they did at the beginning. You want all your paddings to have the same space, right? Let's come here.
I have a
You
question.
all right, what's the question?
That header that you just start to be purple, can you put an image instead of a color?
Yes, and I said that we'll still get there.
Okay.
We'll still get there. It's one step at a time. Okay, Ehun. Ehun, is that clear?
Yes, ma.
So we'll get there maybe next tomorrow. So we'll get there. So now if I want the padding, I want all the sides. I want the top, the bottom, I want all of them to have one size. All you need to write is just padding. Just write padding. And it will give you if I say I want this padding here to be 10, let me say 20. Everything, the head, the top, the sides, they will have one space. So we're going to learn, I just don't want to rush you, but we're going to learn how to make these images, so don't worry. So that's how they designed the header. They also want to make it text. They wanted the text to be center. If you don't want the text to be center, you can say you want it aligned to the left. The header will shift to the left. Your write-up will shift to the left. So sometimes, although this right here was a logo, yeah, it's a picture, it's a picture. Let me see if I can show you from mine. Okay. This, you can see that this code base is a bit complicated, so I don't know if I show you. If I show you guys will get what I'm trying to say. Let me not confuse you guys, I beg. Let me not confuse you people. So, but yes, that is how you move the header. So let me leave the header at the center. So you see, you can do anything that you want to do. You can place it anywhere you want to place it here. So I want this to be center. And so they also went to style the top nav. We're going to talk about, I think that's a different, okay, this is it, navigation bar. We're going to talk about this tomorrow, navigation bar, and then we're going to talk about background images tomorrow. So let me write that down so I don't forget. Navigation bar, and then background this thing tomorrow. So I will talk extensively about this different, because if I start talking about it now, you don't know what is overflow or anything. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But they made, let's change the color of this their background. Yes.
We're going to end the meeting before we...
What did you say?
Are we going to end the meeting before break?
No, we will not have break today. We'll just go. We're almost done. It's almost 12 o'clock. So there won't be break today. I'm almost done. After this one, you can go. Then tomorrow we'll come back. Okay. So background color. Let me see what background color can I give this. Let's make this green. I don't know. I like green and red. So automatically it becomes green like this. It becomes green like this. Let me see. This is inline. Still no difference. Sorry, hold on. I'm sorry, give me a moment. So I basically taught you the layout of a website right now. So if I decide to go into all this, it will be too, because I've not taught you guys about columns and everything. So let's leave that for now. So for today, we have learned about fonts, and we have learned about what's it called? We've learned about fonts, and we have learned about how to create a header, right? So I taught you guys about font family. There is also something called okay, so let's finish fonts and then we'll go. So there's something called web safe fonts, because not all fonts should be used. So web safe fonts are essentially universally installed across all both browsers and devices. However, there are no 100% completely web safe fonts. There's always a chance that a font is not found or is not installed properly. Therefore, it is always important to use fallback
Because
fonts.
I have a
Ma, I have a
Please, I'm going to
question.
mute. Yeah, what's your question?
Since there is safe web font, is that
Yeah.
dangerous one?
Not like not like dangerous. When they say safe web, it means that okay, you are very on your browsers. When you on all everybody's browser on their phone has different fonts that is stored into it. If a developer or if a programmer like you guys are going to be coders, if you use a font that maybe the person's browser doesn't have it, that person your website will not be able to. It won't appear well on their browser. Do you understand? The person will not be able. Is either I've never opened a website. I've never opened a website that the font was not installed. So I don't know how it will look if you go and use a font that's not installed in the browser. But you can tell that obviously if the font is not on the browser, maybe it won't even show. Maybe your write-up will not show. So it's not as if they are dangerous. It's just that it's safe to just, these are fonts that for sure that they're in the browser. That's what they call web this thing. You know for sure that they're on the browser. So like you said, that's why they said here that it is very important to that. Let me read it again. It said there are no 100% completely web safe fonts. There's always a chance that a font is not found or is not installed properly. So therefore, it is important to always use fallback fonts. That means you should add a list of similar backup fonts in the fonts family property. If the first font does not work, the browser will try the next one, and so and so and so. So it's just something like this. So when you're writing, these are all different types of fonts family, right? So they always advise that you use more than one or two. Do you get the point? Do you get the point? Yeah. So if you're writing your code, you should always add fonts family. Yeah, for fonts family. But these are a list of, these are a list that you should probably be putting in your browser. You don't have to put all of them. I mean, if you put 2, 3, 4, let's say 3, they would show up. So do you understand? You can decide to pick Georgia, Times New Roman, and Arial just to be safe. Before you publish your website, always check that your fonts appear on different browser and devices. You have to be sure that it will work well on Android phones. You have to be sure it will work well on your computer. Some fonts will work well on a phone, but won't work well on a computer. So it's just always safer to just put these, because these are all fonts that will most likely be installed in a browser.
iOS.
Yes, there's also iOS too. So these are the different, and they just went ahead to, yes. This is going to be your assignment for today. You're going to tell me how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is about 9. Is this 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, this is a 9. So you're going to tell me, you have to go and do your research to tell me best web safe fonts for HTML and CSS. You guys are going to give me like 10. You just check on Google, do your research, and give me 10 best safe web fonts. So they just went ahead to explain different web fonts. Arial is a mostly widely used font for both online and printed media. So let's not go into this. We're just talking about the different types of font family that we have and that you should use them. So they're not saying anything, and they're just showing you how they look like. What font is this? This is Korean New. I don't like this font. This is not a nice font. I don't even know why anybody will use this on their browser. Why would you want to use this on your, except you don't want us to see what you are writing? So text fonts like this, they just use it as decoration, because I don't even know what you are writing. So please, that's going to be your assignment. Give me 10 web safe fronts. I'll put it on the.
Should you write it as code?
No. You can just write it on. Okay, you can write it in your VS Code as a paragraph or as a list. No, as a list. Write it in VS Code as a list. So when I ask you for it tomorrow, yeah, you show me on your browser. You will not open your VS Code. You show me on your browser. Write it as a list.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, some CSN font fallbacks. Okay, this is still your assignment. It's just different fonts. They're just talking about different fonts. So this is still your assignment. Let's talk about font style. So if we talk about font style and font size, font Google, if we get here, then we're done for today. Okay? Let's just learn it up to here, then we can now go home. So font style is a property that is used to mostly specify how you want the text to be. It's mostly for italics text anyways. But the font style has three values. You have normal, you have italic, and you have oblique. I hope I'm pronouncing it that well. So oblique is very similar to italics, but it is less oblique. Thank you. But it is less supported. So people just tend to use, I think it's an old form, because even myself, I don't use it. I think it's old. So people just use, either they use normal or they just use italic these days. But you should know that there's something called oblique that you can use. So let's go and see how they look like here. So I think the default system of the browser, even if you don't use a font style, is always going to be normal. But if you want to make it, maybe you have a lot of things that you want to make italic, you can decide that, okay, I want it to be. What is it?
Mom.
God, there's so many messages. Even they go back. So you can also use, yes.
It's too much now. They say only 5. Okay.
Yes, even there was a problem. What happened?
When are we going to end? Like
a break, because we had a lot of break. We're almost done for today. Just tight. I'm tired. I'm also tired, but we're almost done. So you can also, when it comes to writing your code, there are 1,001 way of styling. You can use external CSS. You can use internal CSS. For instance, this italics right now, that is a font style here. You can also decide to use EM. Do you get? You can also decide to use EM, but as you advance, you are expected to be using, more we call it more technical elements, or let me just say use better elements because right here you can see they just added classes to the paragraphs, and then they just styled those classes. If I decide that I want to use EM here, let's assume I want to use EM to make it italics, and I open it here and I write EM. I think, what's his name? Ehun also uses a tag called italic tag, and I use EM here too. And I closed it. Oh, I didn't close this one. Sorry. Oh, sorry. And I do this, you see, and I run. It's still going to be the same. It's still going to be the same. Okay, let me delete this italics. See, it's still going to see the same. So you can decide to, it's just more sophisticated. Let me use that word when you use it in a style folder, in an external CSS style or internal. This is internal CSS styling. Do you understand? So you can decide that you want to use this or you want to use EM. It is entirely up to you, but you should know that all these things exist, because like I said, most times when you are a programmer or a developer, you're always working with another developer, and when you're working with them, imagine if they are styling and they are using this system and you don't know how to use it. It won't make sense. You look as if you don't know your work. So it's better to know that, okay, you can use EM And you can also use an internal styling method. You can use the font style called, where is it? P, what they use? Italics, I guess. P italics. So you can also decide to style like this. Let me not go into it so much. You can also decide to style like that. So that's one font style that you should know. There's also something called font weight. I hope it's not a lot. Okay, it's not a lot. There's also something called font weight. The font weight specifies the weight of a font. So let's see what that means here. You have normal font weight. This is normal. This right here is normal. This is lighter. And to be honest, you can't even tell the difference between the two of them. Bold. This is a bold font. And you can also use numbers to signify how bold you want it to be. Let me see, can we use 1,000 as a number? Okay, so I think the biggest is 900. Yeah, just to describe how you want the font to appear. So 900 is bold. A bold font is also bold. If I make this 500, it's not as bold. So 900 is the bolder one, right? So it depends on what you want. If you want a normal font, you use normal font. If you want a lighter font, you can use a lighter font. But they are usually very similar, so you just pick one. Yeah, to be honest, if you can see here, I don't see the difference. But it's better that you know that these things exist. That's why we're teaching you. So that's that about font weight. There is also font variant. What is font variant about? Okay, font variant. This is a normal font variant. It's just writing it as normal. But maybe you want everything to be, is this small caps? Oh, capital letter. Let me see, what would big caps now give us? All these properties, I don't even use them. I don't even use them. So it's highly unlikely that you ever have to use font variants. This is big caps. Okay, so this is how big caps turned out. Let me see small caps again. Small caps. Oh, okay. Okay. But I wouldn't worry too much about font variants. Like I said, it's not something that we use like that. So let's go to the next. I'm rushing because I want us to go, but I've been in class for a while. So I want us to be done and then we can go.
It's already 12:03.
Okay, I think you can go. I don't see anything that concerns you guys again. Okay. I think I've said the most important thing. If you want to know much about Google Fonts, right? Just Google fonts. You will see a lot of fonts. But it might confuse you and it might overwhelm you because there is a lot. But just know that okay, there are fonts. These are fonts that are available.
The homework again.
The homework is that you should give me 10 web safe fonts. That's the homework.
Are you going to put the homework on the group chat?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on the group chat.
Then save what?
Let me write it here so I can let you guys go. Let me write it here. 10 safe web fonts. Oh, sorry, I wasn't typing. And I don't know, let me just give you guys this assignment like that. So you can see what I did here. I'm talking about this header alone. Forget about the navigation because we've not learned about navigation. But you see this header, I want you, okay, so what you will do for me as your assignment, you're going to give me a header like this with a purple background, and then you list, what did you say?
Can I leave meeting now?
No, you cannot leave the meeting. So you're going to give me a header like this. You know, you're going to use a div to give me a header like this. Let me show you guys again so that you will not say that you do not know. You can see it is very simple. It's just a H1 header, and then you use the div to put a class, and then you add styles to the class. Do you get? So now this is a header, this is H1 header. They put a div and they put a class and they closed it and they went on to style the header. And what are the styles that is there? There's a background color, there is padding, and you can decide to make it text align. So give me something like this, and then under it, when you have done your header, you now write the 10 web safe fonts I told you guys to write. Okay, is that clear? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma, please, my connection went off. Can you explain that again?
No, it's just the assignments that I want you to do.
Okay.
It's just the assignment I want you to do. I said you should give me a header like this. Look at the header. And I said it's simple. It's just a H1, but we use the div to classify it into a header so that it will be on its own. Do you understand? So give me a header like this, a H1, just write header. Then you add a div and add a class, and then you go and style the class in your CSS. Style it in an external CSS file. Don't style it on your HTML file. Style it in your external HTML CSS file rather. Do you understand? I want it to be in an external CSS file. So you just add a div, add a class, and you can see how they styled it here. So that you guys don't forget, you can see how they styled it here. There's a background color and a padding and text align. So these are things that we know. Do you understand? And then you also give me 10 web safe fonts. Yes, thank you very much. So that's your assignment. So if you understand your assignment, you can go. If you don't understand your assignment, just let me know what questions you have.
Ma, please, can you put the assignment on the chat box?
Okay. Let me put it in the chat box. Design a header. Oh, sorry. Design a header using a div element. Using a div element. Put the styling in an external CSS file. Use background color, purple, and padding to add a style. Okay, that's number one. Number two, in your HTML, list 10 web safe fonts. Okay, so that's your assignment. So if you understand your assignment, you can go. If you don't, you can stay. Just Bukumi. So for the guys that are still left here, any questions? So what questions do you have?
No.
You have no questions. All right, if you don't have any question, you can go. if you don't have any question, you can go. Let me put this.
None.
All right, then you can go.
Yeah.
Please don't stop the meeting yet. I'm still copying the assignment.
It's going to be on the WhatsApp now. Are you not on the assignment? Are you not on the WhatsApp?
No, ma. My dad is the one that has the WhatsApp group and he's not around.
Okay, no problem. I'm not stopping it. I'm going to screenshot it.
Ma, I've copied the assignments. Can I leave now?
Yes.
Bye, ma.
Bye, dear.
Bye, ma.
All right, dear.
Bye, ma.
All right, Oroluwa, bye.